Cold temperatures blow through the state line. That can cause serious trouble for your home's utilities. A local business offers advice to prevent a winter mess. Plus, snow still blankets much of the region after this weekend's storm. Health experts say it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to preventing shoveling pains. And prices at the pump in Rockford climb as temperatures drop. Analysts blame global issues for the jump.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Eric Wilson. Mimi Murphy is off tonight. The start of the work week has been cold and windy. Temperatures got close, but not quite to the 0-degree mark, and they had to rise to make it there. Let's check back in with Candace to see how cold it'll be tonight and if a warm-up's anywhere in sight.
Yeah, thankfully we did not break any record cold high temperatures today like we did yesterday. Rockford only managed to make it to 3 below. That was just a little after midnight. Yesterday, the previous record for January 14th was 2 below. So thankfully no records out there this afternoon, but it has been a colder one. I think our saving grace, however, a little less in the way of wind. However, that doesn't take much wind to really bring those wind chill numbers down. Now, we do have some advisories and some warnings that'll take us not only through tonight, tomorrow, and also going into Wednesday. So let's break this down. Wind chill warning remains in effect for all of northern Illinois, wind chill advisory for southern Wisconsin, and this will run through Tuesday afternoon. Once we get into Tuesday afternoon, wind chill advisory for everyone, and that will take us through Wednesday morning. It won't be until Wednesday just after sunrise that the actual temperature makes it above 0 degrees. So we've got another double-digit night where those temperatures will drop back below 0. Tomorrow, likely going to see those numbers just below 0 for the afternoon. 4 below our temperature right now in Rockford, Freeport, 2 below in Monroe, Janesville, 5 below in Rochelle, but our wind chills are down around 20 to 25 degrees below 0. We'll see those numbers drop to about 35 below tonight as the actual air temperature drops down to about 13, 14 degrees below 0 again. Little more cloud cover may keep us on the quote-unquote warmer side of things, so that could help just a bit, but I do think our wind chills will drop here as we head through sunrise tomorrow, and they'll stay right around 20 to 25 degrees below 0 through the afternoon, especially as the wind starts to pick up. Now, the icy roads too that we've had as of late, these are going to continue because temperatures are not making it above freezing. In fact, we only make it into the mid-teens Wednesday, Thursday before we see those numbers drop again here for the end of the week. So continued slick and icy conditions are going to remain on some of those roadways. We'll look at kind of another chance for some lighter snow for some of us, and when we could actually break close to 30 degrees, that'll be coming up here in the forecast, Eric, a little later.
Even those mid-teens would feel a little bit warmer. Candace, thanks. Several state-line school districts already canceled in-person classes. Freeport District 145 will hold a remote learning day tomorrow. Administrators say wind chills are going to be dangerously cold. Chromebooks have been sent home with students. For a full list of closings as they come in, head to our website, mystateline.com. In Loves Park, an early morning fire was the result of trying to thaw frozen pipes. Around 11:30, firefighters were called to Town Hall Lounge for reports of smoke in the basement. That's a couple of blocks south of Riverside on North 2nd Street. The fire caused minimal damage. Loves Park Fire says the blaze was caused after someone tried to heat up frozen plumbing. The department's deputy chief asks us all to be extra careful when using appliances.
Take necessary precautions maybe to avoid getting to that point. But if you're going to do it, don't have a setup to where it's unsupervised. And direct flame contact we don't recommend, and have a professional do it.
No one was hurt in that fire. When it comes to preventing frozen pipes, experts say there are ways to lower the risk. Drea Baroni got a list of tips from Rockford Plumbing Business. Drea, what can we do?
Yeah, Eric, these frigid temperatures could mean frozen pipes. In fact, Illinois is the #2 ranked state for frozen pipe damage. That's according to State Farm. Last year, it cost Illinois residents nearly $80 million in damage claims. But Bill Sprague, owner of Area Mechanical, says there are a few things you can do to avoid this winter disaster.
Leave your cabinet doors open on your vanities and your kitchen sinks to let some heat in. Maybe just have a fan blow in there. Don't use heat guns or that. We don't want to have fires start, or no torches or anything like that. And the other trick you can use if it's extreme cold is just leave your faucet running a little bit.
And Bill says if your pipes do freeze, shut the water off immediately, and of course, call a licensed plumber to help you out. I'll have more on what homeowners can do to keep their house safe in the cold coming up a little later at 6. Eric?
All right, Drea, we look forward to that. Thanks. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says the cold weather is making the migrant situation even worse. He accuses Texas Governor Greg Abbott of targeting Chicago in a political game.
We don't have places to put them. We don't have enough shelter space here. There are plenty of other cities where, if he's going to send people, they could be sent. But no, he's choosing only Democratic states, Democratic cities. And when we've asked him to stop sending people because of the weather, because of the dangerous nature of this winter storm that we're experiencing now, he's refused to stop sending them.
Pritzker is encouraged, he says, that Congress is discussing comprehensive immigration reform and border security. He also says President Biden needs to do more. This cold weather can be dangerous for anyone outside, and the last couple of rounds of snow we had bring their own health risks. Tom Lewis has some tips from medical experts on how to protect yourself. Tom.
Eric, health experts say the elderly and people who have suffered from a heart attack or other serious illnesses are among those at risk. Safety is key when it comes to snow and ice. Doctors say wearing appropriate clothing to stay warm and stretching, that's good advice. Other tips include lifting with your legs instead of your back. Take breaks if you're feeling winded. Stay low to the ground and most importantly, use caution.
Every year, thousands of people end up in the emergency department due to things happening when they're shoveling snow. So these include falls. Sometimes people experience heart attacks from the extraneous activity, back injuries, amongst other things. So it is really important to take some caution when you are going to be shoveling the snow and the snow is coming.
Now, the bottom line for snow shoveling, play it safe and let your loved ones and friends know what you're up to in the event of an accident happening. Eric.
Thanks, Tom. As the cold temperatures move in, the price at the pump rises. The average for a gallon of gasoline in Rockford is $3.03 a gallon. That's a nearly 16-cent jump in the past week. Prices are 8 cents lower than a month ago, 43 cents lower than a year ago. Experts at Gas Buddy say recent attacks on ships in the Red Sea are the driving factor for an increase in prices. Voting is set to begin in a couple of hours in icy Iowa for the 2024 caucus. Up next, candidates make one final push for voters to beat the cold and show out in force. Coming up at 6, your car can also have a tough time in the frigid temperatures. One mechanic offers advice on keeping vehicles running in the cold.
Our temperatures today did not make it once again above 0. We made it only to 3 below, I should say, this afternoon. That's after waking up to temperatures down as low as 16, 17, even 18 degrees below 0. We'll look at when we finally break that 0-degree mark and when we could go even further. That is coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
It's a big day in the race for the White House. Voters across Iowa will gather at 7 to caucus and cast their ballots. This could be the coldest caucus day on record. ABC's Rena Roy is in Des Moines as Republican candidates use the final stretch to urge supporters to show up.
It's the first major test of the Republican race.
It's caucus day, get excited.
Iowans across the state gathering at churches, schools, and community centers for this election year tradition.
Iowa loves this. We love the caucuses.
But this time around could be the coldest on record with sub-zero temperatures.
It's been a challenging last 24 hours.
It's such an important caucus. It's such a critical time right now that people will show up.
Candidates braving the bitter cold to make their final pitch to voters, urging their supporters to show up in a big way.
Let's get everybody out. Take 5 people with you. Whatever you got to do, we're going to get it done.
If you all do your part, if you all give me your vote tonight, I promise you, we will stop at nothing to do ours.
Former President Donald Trump holding a dominant lead.
We're going to have a tremendous night tonight. The people are fantastic, and I've never seen spirit like they have.
Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis now in a heated race for second place. Haley ahead by several points in recent polling. DeSantis staking his entire campaign on Iowa, visiting all 99 counties, holding more events than Trump and Haley combined.
We have an opportunity tonight to really chart a new course forward for this country.
DeSantis tells ABC News regardless of the outcome tonight, he's staying in the race. Rena Roy, ABC News, Des Moines, Iowa.
It's a frigid start to the week here in the Stateline. After the break, Candace will give us a forecast that includes a slight warm up, but not before another dangerously cold morning.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, it was another cold January afternoon as temperatures stayed below zero for the second day in a row as far as the high temperature is concerned. Tomorrow could be number 3, but some areas may have a better chance of making it to at least 0 tomorrow afternoon. But the wind chills are something we do have to pay attention to. Another thing we're going to have to pay attention to, the ice that has built up over the last several days on some of the rivers across the area. Already some ice jams being reported outside of the viewing area, but as we've had the ice kind of build up rapidly these last couple of days, when our temperatures warm and we start to see that ice break apart, we may have to be a little more concerned with some ice jams developing on some of the local rivers. So just kind of something to keep in mind here as we look at a very cold and snowy scene across downtown Rockford. Now, cold temperatures, we have that 5 below right now, the current number down in Rochelle, 4 below in Rockford, Freeport, 2 below in Monroe. Wind chills already this evening down 20 to 25 degrees below zero. And we know it doesn't take that much of a wind to really knock those wind chill numbers down when you're talking temperatures that are this cold. Currently sitting at 5 below right now for our weather watcher Terry down in Genoa. Dew point temperature sits at 9 below, so a true Arctic air mass given how dry it has been. Northwesterly wind at 6 miles per hour. Relative humidity sits at 70%. We look at our winds here, not nearly as strong as what they've been the last couple of days, coming in from the southwest, anywhere from 5 up to 15 miles per hour. And we'll continue with that breeze here. However, into the afternoon tomorrow, that wind does pick up a little out ahead of a quick moving system that'll work through Wednesday and Thursday. We've got one passing down to the south of us, which is part of the reason why we've had the cloud cover build in here this afternoon. Now, the wind chill warning remains in effect for all of northern Illinois. This will run until tomorrow afternoon. Same thing for the wind chill advisory for southern Wisconsin, as temperatures tonight once again dropping down to about 14 degrees below zero. Now, the one saving grace we may have with that is the cloud cover. That could keep the temperatures from dropping down to 14 below, but either way you look at it, it is still going to be cold. And when you talk about the wind picking up too, wind chills at least to 30, maybe even 35 degrees below zero going to be there. So that means frostbite can happen on exposed skin in a matter of 10-15 minutes. So that's why we talk that dangerous cold here for at least the next 24 to 36 hours. Tomorrow afternoon going into Wednesday, the wind chill warning turns to a wind chill advisory. Still pretty serious cold, I should say, and this will continue through Wednesday morning. But by Wednesday, there are going to be some improvements. So that is a plus as temperatures make it back up above zero. 1 below the high for tomorrow. Filtered sunshine, wind chills during the afternoon down around 25 degrees below zero as the wind does pick up. In fact, tomorrow afternoon into Wednesday morning, winds could be gusting around 25 miles per hour from the west and southwest. So that may reintroduce some blowing and drifting snow, not quite as significant as what it was over the weekend. But in those open and rural areas, you might have to watch for a little of that. By Wednesday afternoon, our wind chills getting closer to zero, and we make it up above zero once we get into Wednesday afternoon. Clouds are still with us, and these will stay here as we go throughout the night tonight. We'll see some filtered sunshine for tomorrow. Temperatures tomorrow night down around 5 below. We're up to 11 on Wednesday. We may get a flurry or two. Cold front comes in Thursday. We'll have to watch for a couple of light snow showers, flurry or two. For us, doesn't look like it'll be anything significant, but that could carry over into Friday as well. Another drop in temperatures there, Eric. Friday, Saturday, notice we've got single-digit highs and overnight lows back down below zero. But as we get into early next week, the pattern changes. We get more of a southwesterly wind. Snow cover is going to play a role in that, so we may not see a quick jump in our temperatures, but at least we're going in the right direction. However, the increase in moisture could not only lead to a chance for some rainfall as we get into a little more of a wet period, but we also have to watch potential for some mixed precipitation with that. Could be as early as next Monday night.
Still hard to miss all those below zero temperatures. All right, Candace, thanks. Scott is in next with sports. Another player has entered the NFL draft. This one could be a Chicago Bear in a few months. And despite the chilling cold, there was some high school basketball played in the Stateline.
Now sports. with Sports Director Scott Lever.
Well, the stage is set for the Bears to make Caleb Williams their next quarterback if that's the direction they want to go. Williams has made himself eligible for the NFL draft. It's no surprise he's passing on his remaining year of eligibility at USC. 2 years ago, he won the Heisman Trophy when he broke pretty much every passing record in USC history. Last season, his numbers dropped off some, but his amazing arm and quick feet still had NFL scouts drooling. Pretty much every NFL scout out there believes Williams will be the first pick in the draft. It's just a matter of whether or not it's the Bears who will take him or if the Bears will trade the pick. My guess is they will draft Williams. Well, the Packers have their quarterback in Jordan Love, and he's going to lead the Pack up against the NFC's #1 seed, the 49ers, Saturday night. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff, and again, we're going to have that game on Fox 39. In playoff action right now in Buffalo, the Bills lead the Steelers at halftime, 21-7. Later tonight, it's the Eagles against the Buccaneers, and you can see that game here on WTVO. Well, the chilling cold forced most of the MLK basketball tournaments in our area to be canceled today. One went on, the boys MLK tournament at Pecatonica. And in a great matchup there this morning, Rockford Christian faced Scales Mound. Christian Cummings in the corner, 4-3, and getting it. The Royal Lions got a whole bunch of fast break baskets in the first half. Jaden Williams' pass to Cummings led to that bucket. Elijah Doherty then feeding Cummings for another fast break hoop. Cummings had 15 points in the first half. His team led by 6. But the Hornets shut down those fast breaks in the second half. Matt Winan going to pull up for them and hit a one-handed shot. Then it's the All-Stater Thomas Harrow who will bury a 3. And the Hornets had their first lead of the game, 45-43. The sophomore Brody Carlson comes up with an outstanding drive for the Royal Lions. Then Harrow going to hit Caden Dorr for the layup at the other end as Scales Mound won at 55-49. It's the Hornets' 14th win of the season. So Scales Mound will play in the championship game tonight against Pecatonica. The Indians got by Eastland in the early morning game 64-61. At sports, we'll be right back.
Another cold start tomorrow. Dangerously cold wind chills tomorrow morning, down around 35 below. Slow warming trend next week.
Thanks, Candace. Stay safe.